Hello teacher, my name is Hatzyri and I'm going to introduce the other members of my team. Galicia, Montoya, Yessica, María, Araceli, Hernández, Mercado, Hatzyri, Ismerai, López, Ortíz, Víctor, and Tapia, santillana, Amsi Manuel. We are from the degree in Bionics Engineering from the group 2BM5. Here is our video, and we're going to talk about the tracker software, including content like what it is, technical requirements, applications, and an example of how to use it. So at first, my colleague Amsi is going to explain what is this software about.
Hello, my name is Amsi, and I'm going to talk about what Tracker is. Tracker is a program that allows us to analyze the motion of objects. The program provides tools to perform cinematic and kinematic analysis of video captures of experiments. Also, it allows us to create kinematic models of physical phenomena that we want to study. Its features include position, velocity, and acceleration tracking, multiple reference frames, and model analysis. This is an open source program, part of the Open Source Physics project. Tracker Video has the advantage that we can combine videos with computer modeling, so they can start working as a live action that explains better. Some of the features that this kind of programs can provide are video filters that allows users to modify the video image for special effects or to improve the quality of data obtained from tracks. Tracks filters fall into 4 categories that are image enhancement, special effects, noise reduction, and image transformation. Another feature is object tracking. This includes center of mass with position, velocity, and acceleration overlays and data. Another feature is the video modeling with dynamic particle overlays and data, that including 2 body systems. And the last one is interactive graphical vectors and vector sums. Now my colleague Jessie is going to explain how to download the program.
You can install Tracker on Windows, OS X, and Linux. For Windows, Tracker must run in a 32-bit JRE in order to use Xogol. For OS X, Tracker must run in a 64-bit JRE. And for Linux, Tracker must run in a 32-bit or a 64 JRE depending on which Java VM the system has. Windows needs a version XP or higher, OS X a version 10.7 or higher, and in Linux it was tested in Ubuntu. You can use a Tracker Online beta version, or you can run Tracker from USB drive without installing it, and the page has a tutorial for that. If there's a problem installing it, there's a page called Installer Help, which shows us how to install, upgrade, and uninstall Tracker in Windows OS X and Linux. The latest version is 5.1.5 from May 2020. There are versions for developers and testers. First, we have to choose the option according to our operating system. In my case, it's Windows 10. We have to wait a couple of minutes. We open the file we just downloaded. We click Next to start installation, and we have to accept the terms after reading them. We also have to choose the software path, Next, and wait. Click on Finish, then OK. Finally, Tracker is ready to use.
Well, now talking about the application of this software, Tracker allows us to analyze and build models to be used in physics education. This software allows us to simulate systems like circular motion, free fall, pendulum, bouncing ball kinematics, projectile motion, spring extension, etc. In addition, all these screenshots are from YouTube videos. The link is at the bottom of each slide.
As it is well known, bionics is a relatively new engineering field with a promising future. The contributions it has made and can make extend to everything to do with organisms and biological systems. Now that we are talking about the software tracker and its way of processing information about different topics in physics, we can find the connection between this and the study of bionics. It is important to mention that, as beginners in system modeling, the information presented will be based on the first approaches of what we have learned so far. First, we will talk about the basic simulation of the arm motion. In this image, there are 3 displacements that can be performed by the human arm. These movements are the flexion and the extension of the elbow, the rotation of the forearm, and, at last, the flexion and extension of the wrist. This is in order to produce a prosthetic that best performs the function of an arm. Secondly, the movement of a leg in action, which we can simply reduce to the flexion and extension of the knee, but as a more complete form, we could add the flexion and extension of the ankle, and the damping that occurs in the foot. Similarly, this would work for a prosthetic limb. Then, we can include the trajectories that the limbs and joints of a bird follow when taking flight, modeling and reproducing them to obtain a replica as close as possible to the nature of the bird. Finally, we will also mention the analysis of the fin displacement of an aquatic animal. By knowing the trajectory of its fins, it is possible to replicate the type of swimming that is so effective for these creatures.
For the example, we choose a video of a person walking. We determine the analysis time. We establish the measurements to calibrate the system. We add the mass points in the trajectory of the knee in the chosen period. The graph is generated by tracker.
In conclusion, the tracker systems has a lot of different applications in a lot of fields. In bionic engineer, it's really helpful because it helps with the modeling and the simulation of different systems. The development of this kind of softwares is really helpful because it helps us to analyze different processes.